I think dia penyakit dada. So anyway, he came and then dia, I'm Catholic till I die lah, dia kata. And then started singing semua. Then you can see the report. So one witness described the incident as a bad dream. My friend got hurt lah, yang itu saya. So then he started to climb the construction, the crane lah untuk construction. Yang ni, so dia naik atas kita ada alat-alat yang kita pakai tu. Then he started attacking me, throwing things at me. And then orang UK tu boleh tengok bayang kat belakang, mereka sandar atas dinding, tengok I saja. So they all called the police, and then the people in the mosque also called the police. So gambar ni ditangkap dari tingkap masjid. And bila dia dah puas marah tu, dia mula menangis. On bila ni, then he said, I'm scared to come down. So bila dia naik dia tak ada masalah. So, tapi sekarang kaki dia sakit, dia takut nak turun. So I kena naik lah untuk menolong dia turun. So bila dia dah turun, dia kata, oh you are my best friend, you are my best friend. And then saya kata, pakai seluar dalam dulu. And then as he was wearing his seluar dalam, polis dah sampai. Handcuff dia, and then took him away lah. And then saya kena pergi court. Akhirnya dia tengok Morrison pleaded guilty to a charge of exposure and two further charges of racially aggravated behaviour. And then dia kena fine. So sekarang dia masih kat penjara tu, tak keluar lagi. So again, community tu suka projek because they said, I'll show you the final ones. Okay. So what is the problem here? The problem is same problem. Saya suka benda sosial, saya nak kerja dengan masyarakat. Saya bawa kebaikan atau keburukan dalam masyarakat ini. So now, are they living in fear because of the racist behaviour? Because mereka sekarang, orang dah tahu tempat tu masjid. Are they going to get problems? So these are the issues we must be very careful with. But luckily, sebelum kita naikkan projek ini, saya bincang dengan jawatan kuasa masjid. Mereka kata ini kita dah biasa dalam masyarakat ini. So jangan risau. Bila kalau mereka sabotage kita naikkan lagi. Kalau kena sabotage kita naikkan lagi. And then imam tu lagi berani. Dia kata, jangan worry lah, don't worry. You know, ini perkara biasa kat sini. And then kalau dia ganggu, kita call polis. Biasanya polis ambil untuk benda lain 5 minit sampai. Tapi kalau ada gangguan orang Muslim, 20 minit sampai. So yang ini biasalah dan biasalah. So I had the support of the community lah in that sense. Tapi masih kita kena tanya, what is the problem here? Okay, so ini waktu ini lagi satu imam. Ini imam apa nama dia? Dia bukan dari Folkestone, dia dari London. Dia ada satu orang UMNO nama dengan sama Habibah Rahman, apa nama dia. So ini satu lagi imam. So kita buat taklimat, and then hari itu kita buat open house untuk ini bukan raya ini. No, Prophet Muhammad's birthday. So we had an open house 2 days after Prophet Muhammad's birthday. So we had an open house, and then kita jemput community Folkestone kata. So saya buat taklimat, and then Imam Habibul ni dia buat taklimat juga tentang sejarah bangunan tu, Islam and all that lah. And then of course gaduh because dalam director untuk masjid tu ada Syiah dan ada Sunni. Hari itu saya bincang dengan Fuad tentang isu ini. So even within that community pun pecah because Sunni kata ada 5 pillars of Islam, Syiah ada kata ada 3 saja, tak ada 5. So they were fighting away among themselves. So this is the aku boleh escape kan? Sorry. Macam mana nak go back? Okay. So this is the final work. So seni sosial membawa banyak isu-isu, and we have to be very careful when we enter a community, and that's what I'm saying. And then, okay, what is the point? So actually projek ini ada fasa kedua. Okay, fasa kedua tu kita tengah plan sekarang in UK, and then tengah cari duit. Kalau dapat saya balik ke sana lah. Because the masjid yang gaduh, yang tadi saya kata gaduh dengan Syiah dengan Sunni tu dalam taklimat tadi, because people, some of the masjid people want to expand the mosque because bangunan tu tak sesuai sangat, so not enough space, and then the wudu area was outside, I was inside, and then very humid, and then susah. So we wanted to expand the mosque and build one more story, and we got a local architect, Ronald Joyce or something like that. Dia nak terlibat dalam projek, and then ada satu orang lain, dia hoteler, but he's a Shia, and then dia nak bantu juga. And then so far now we are working with the community, jabatan kuasa kat masjid, to see how we can transform the mosque and expand it to be something useful, because sekarang tempat tu betul-betul tak sesuai. And then kalau you tengok dinding tu, ini tak jelas, pakai plywood saja dinding, so you can see the pieces of plywood, you know, it's falling off, you know. Fasad, yeah. Bangunan biasa, and then not very comfortable, not very tak sesuai lah kan. So we want to develop it, tapi setakat sekarang tak ada decision lagi. But what so what is important here is community support the project. Community tahu apa masalah yang mungkin muncul. Kedua, bila saya buat projek yang serupa dengan ini di negeri China, saya pergi jumpa imam juga, tanya kalau saya buat macam ni, imam setuju tak? So waktu tu 2005, and then it was just not long after September 11, and imam tu kata apa yang kita boleh buat untuk mengharumi Islam, kita kena sokong. So that gave me confidence lah. So sama dengan ini, so saya tahu masyarakat tu suka ni. So back to the material. So tiap-tiap projek, tiap-tiap bahan yang you guna mesti ada ciri-ciri tersendiri. Kalau you katakan you buat installation atau object making, so saya pernah guna gula. Apa maksudnya gula? Gula tu manis. Gula tu jadi ketagihan untuk ramai orang lah. Malaysia is one of the worst in Asia, or it is the worst in Asia now, ketagihan pada gula. So and gula ni transparent, dia crystal form. Sejarah gula pun interesting because it became there's a book called, I can't remember the title of the book, tapi tentang penjajah menjajah takluk negara kerana gula. So sugar is a colonial product of colonialization. So tiap-tiap bahan mesti ada ciri-ciri sendiri, dan untuk seniman, that's why I say conceptual artist, kalau you nak menggunakan bahan unusual, you kena faham bahan tu. Jangan simply guna. Okay? Because kalau you nak pakai besi tu sejuk, dia kilap, dia strong. So itu ciri besi lah. Kalau you nak pakai tight tu ada, saya pernah pakai tight lembu. So tight lembu tu ada ciri-ciri tersendiri juga, because it's made out of grass. Okay, it's digested grass, and Hindus find it very important. It's a sacred animal, so you can main lah dengan bahan yang diguna tu. So for me, the most important thing, if you do painting, memahami cat minyak ke atau cat akrilik. Kalau you nak buat installation, you nak gunakan besi, memahami besi. Kalau you nak guna type lembu, memahami type apa bahan tu. So that's all I ask for. Kalau saya jadi cikgu lah dulu, saya selalu kata macam tu.
Okay, terima kasih. So itu dari segi bahan untuk menghasilkan karya kan. Dari segi apa ni, method ataupun teknik. Sebab saya tahu yang Hoy Cheong juga pernah menghasilkan filem Dog Hole, right? So dalam Dog Hole tu quite begitu pelbagai dia punya teknik, campurkan animation kan. Dia ada satu filem yang nak kata berat, tak berat, ada fun pun, ada fun kan. Kalau yang tak tahu, itu adalah mengenai isu pendudukan Jepun ya, dan dia adalah rentetan daripada karya pertama Sukching yang dilakukan lebih kurang berapa, 20 tahun sebelum itu. Daripada Sukching kemudian dibuat semula untuk Fukuoka Trinale, dan di situ ialah Hoy Cheong cuba highlightkan trauma ataupun experience yang dilalui oleh bapanya sebagai tebusan pada waktu itu. Mungkin Hoy Cheong boleh cerita sedikit lah. Saya lebih nak tahu sebenarnya, untuk certain projek ataupun isu yang nak diketengahkan, bagaimana you memilih medium atau bahan bantara tu untuk present your idea.
Okay, saya akan biar video ni main kat belakang, tak perlu dengar. Ada dua pelakon kat sini. Dua pelakon dari filem tu kat sini. And then advisor saya pun kat sini untuk filem. Chang Pang jadi advisor, Ying jadi pelakon, Chung Yong pelakon. Gan pun jadi advisor saya. So saya pakai animation, special effects, real life actors untuk projek ini. So this is again tentang isu sosial, tentang isu kesusahan. Ini actually sebenarnya cerita bapa saya, dia kena tahan, kena diseksa. Lepas tu dia dilepas lah. And then tahun 70-an dia dengan mak saya pergi ke Jepun, walaupun dia diseksa orang Jepun. Dan lepas dia balik dari Jepun, dia seronok dengan trip tu. And then lepas tu dia buang barang-barang lama tu, pakai kereta Toyota lah, pakai Sanyo lah, pakai Sony lah, semua dia suka Jepun. So ini tentang tentang cerita yang gelap tapi akhirnya terang juga. So I always like that thing between darkness and brightness, terror and beauty. So filem ini bila I buat bila I conceptualize filem ini, I wanted it to be a very beautiful film. Yang itu, although it's about war, it's about torture, it's about everything, but I want everything to be beautiful as possible, in color, multicolor. So yang ini lah saya cuba buat. And then yang animation tu, Ini pelakon, tengok kejap. Pelakon giging. Dia tangan dia. Nak tunjuk animation, okay. So dah dapat interview. So yang ini orang semua dibawa pergi execution. So mereka sedar, lepas tu pergi kat tempat apa ni? Rubber estate. So and then yang ini fantasy sequence. Kononnya bapak saya lah. So I was thinking what goes on in his mind bila dia pergi execution. So this is bayangan saya lah. Animation. Benda yang dia suka makan, dia terbang dengan bicycle dia. Nazim assistant director, Seni jadi animator, Senitan chief animator. So it is for me, it was very important to make this film beautiful. So that's why it's multicolored and all that. Okay, this part, bangunan-bangunan di sini dalam Expo 70 di Jepun. And 1970 was a very important year in terms of where the world was still optimistic. It was the year after Apollo 11 landed on the moon. So kat Expo ni, they were showing all the astronauts' clothes. They were showing moonstones, batu-batu dari bulan tu. So it was still, so you can see the buildings is all futuristic. So there was a sense that the future is going to be beautiful. And I think that's how my father came back. Dengan image lah, yang Expo ini, dunia in the future will be beautiful. So ini gambar-gambar dari katalog, dari his travels lah. Bapa saya penuri getah. So these are all the things my father used to have. And then this is the execution. And I also like Hollywood film. So sequence ini saya curi dari There Will Be Blood. Siapa pernah tengok There Will Be Blood film tu? So ya ni lah. Sequence ini susah nak buat. So a lot of technique needed. So yang ni lah. Special effect Hollywood ala Hollywood style. Okay. And then this is the ending. So akhirnya mereka dilepas waktu entah Japanese holiday mereka lepaskan. So ramai dah mati. Ini Chong Yong. So ini suara ni suara bapak saya buat interview dengan dia. So the ending is very beautiful, so I just want to show you the ending. So the sky turns blue and then the story comes out. So lepas you tengok filem yang tentang seksaan, torture, everything, and then the ending is just so. For me, humans are very forgiving, can be very forgiving. Humans are very resilient. Apa perkataan BM? Memberi, mempunyai ketahanan. Yeah, so resilient to all kinds of things. We will pick up ourselves and move on again. Yeah, that's it.
Alright. Okay, ada apa-apa soalan? Langsung tak ada. Yes.
Do you think art can change the world?
Of course not. I tahu seniman tak suka tu. Seniman tak suka dengar tu. But I never think that I've always never thought art can make you change your thinking. It's possible. Art can memberi kesedaran in a way, and that's why I say there's nothing wrong if you want to do social things, and I still do it. But in terms of art changing the world, malangnya visual art, painting is the worst trying to do that, or installation art. Kenapa saya cakap macam tu? Because everything happens in the gallery. It doesn't happen in real space. Berapa orang masuk gallery, berapa orang tengok show seni. But if you compare to singer, millions of songs, millions of albums sold. You compare to film, millions of people see film. You compare to theatre, at least more people see it. You compare to literature, millions of people can read it. So for me, art can, and we have seen it happen in, for example, Philippines, helping to help social change. We have seen it in Indonesia, but visual art, there's less for me, but doesn't mean that it's wrong. Bukan salah. Just that if you want to change the world, don't do visual art. Do something else.
Well, for me, I think at least it can help expand the discourses. Wacana, walaupun dia dalam galeri, mungkin sebab itulah penting kena ada penerbitan. Benda tu yang akan dijaji keluar dan dia akan bertahan lebih lama daripada duration sesuai exhibition atau projek. Jadi ada apa-apa lagi soalan? Anything soalan dalam tak ada? Langsung. Apalah. Yes.
This observation, I curiosity sebab this Wong Hoy Cheong is regarded somewhat in the 80s and 90s anyway as a mechanic hero of this social political art, and then all of a sudden, like modern Gecko say, green is good, no? And he's actually saying that aesthetics is good, which is not wrong, of course. It is, aesthetics is good, but there is that kind of slipperiness, there's that kind of there's that kind of ambiguity, because from then until now, I think most of Hoy Cheong's works are all very socially engaged, very socially pertinent, and socially angle. And the thing now is that he's saying that, okay, they are doing some kind of art like self-regulation or whatever, which is, of course, which is not wrong, because most of the people at one time, I don't know, I get the idea that in Hoy Cheong's art, art has to be somewhat socially relevant, socially responsible, although responsible is a very nuanced word, and to the directors, they find something maybe even socially reprehensible, but the thing now is, and at the end of it all this talk about the Sukolele Istanbul project, and Hoy Cheong is actually, it's good that he's actually asking himself that question, is there harm? Because there are so many so many issues involved in doing it, although the intention is good, is well intentioned. So it can become something like exploitative, like what Daniel had done, and it can also become propagandistic, and it can also become something very romanticized. So the thing now is Wong Hoy Cheong, a social scientist, a thinker or artist, and is Wong Hoy Cheong's art, can it be sort of a label, something like art form, art community? And the second thing is that Wong Hoy Cheong's work is very, very socially engaged, very socially oriented, but he cannot stop it from becoming very political, because it's very difficult to separate that, because inevitably that kind of art goes to everything is politics and everything is social, so it gets there. And so how does he actually, because he said that, yeah, art and activism can be two different things. But you are Wong Hoy Cheong, and Wong Hoy Cheong is Wong Hoy Cheong. We have all our predilections, all our habits and things like that. So can you actually separate this? Thank you very much.
Maybe now is the time to show a project that I did, which has nothing to do with art, but except me as a graphic designer. Sorry, wrong project. When I can't seem to find it, seriously. Okay, anyway, this project, I was asked by Majlis Bandaraya di Pulau Pinang untuk bekerja dengan komuniti. So here I am activist, bureaucrat, and political party worker. So kat Pulau Pinang ada dua majlis, satu majlis Bandaraya kat Pulau Pinang, and then majlis perbandaran kat seberang Perai. And I was supposed to go work with PPR to see how I can improve PPR. Siapa tahu faham PPR? Projek Perumahan Rakyat, is for poor people. So I developed this process is called participatory budgeting. Participatory budgeting itu dia asal dari negara Brazil, Porto Alegre, And what happens is actually the people ada hak untuk membuat keputusan bagi majlis bandaraya untuk menggunakan duit. So not only bureaucrats sit in the office and decide what they want to spend the money on, tapi the people will vote and decide how the money should be spent. So this is the drafting. So it's about an oversight, it's about hak rakyat, bukan hak bureaucrat saja. So I went to buat reki 2 tempat. Ya, orang tua kena pakai gelas. So the project, I called it many people different needs. Yang inilah seni saya, yang banting-banting banner-banner tu. So this is the community. So I will talk only about one. Actually here there are 2. Satu kat Sungai Pinang dekat Jelutong. Satu kat Pematang Pau, Ampang Jajar. PPR Ampang Jajar. Yang ini PPR Sungai Pinang. Boleh tengok gambar yang Ampangan tu, kat Ampang Jajar tu 1 story, 10 story block, 250 units, 3 bedroom. So kat Jalan Sungai, PPR Jalan Sungai tu ini. Yang ini community. Kat Sungai Pinang tu agak multicultural, tapi kat Ampangan Jajar tu, kat seberang perai, mostly Malays and Indians. Okay, what is participatory budgeting? So it is all social project based. So that communities to identify their needs, apa keperluan mereka. Communities contribute to decision making, buat keputusan, how to spend money, ensure accountability, transparency. So yang ini lah the main points of the project. So saya buat satu metodologi 4 fasa. Fasa pertama tu kita 2 bulan kita buat survey tiap unit dalam PPR. Saya ada 5 researchers to help me. Kita pergi tiap unit, ketuk pintu, tanya keluarga lah, berapa orang duduk kat sini, umur berapa, kerja apa. So semua kita dapat survey. So our survey consists of I think about 3-4,000 people total dalam 2 bulan. So tiap-tiap hari kita masuk flat aja, buat macam census. Dan target group ini, so saya break into target group. Kalau you tengok gambar fasa pertama tu, perempuan, kanak-kanak perempuan, lelaki, kanak-kanak lelaki atau orang muda lelaki lah, orang kaya dan usia emas orang awak emas. And then second phase, focus group. So dalam bahasa Melayu kita panggil, saya rekalkan satu terminologi panggil bukan temu buah, temu bincang, bukan tumpu bincang. So kita tumpu satu isu dan bincang tentang isu. Dalam saya letak exclamation mark telinga tu macam tu, orang gaduh lah semua. Again, satu community bukan satu community saja, tapi dalam community tu ada puak-puak. So like I say, in this flat, bila saya buat census atau survey, bawa bahagian ethnicity, saya pelik bila kita tengok result statistics tu, kenapa ada 18% others. So kita balik ke rumah lah, tanya orang yang tick ada atau kata pada researcher tu, kita ada, bukan Melayu, bukan Cina, bukan India, bukan orang asal, ada. So baru saya tahu yang itu Indian Muslims who are not mamaks. They don't want to be Melayu. They just want to be others. They prefer to be others than Melayu. So I realized there's a whole separation between the Indian Muslims, the mamaks and the Melayus. Then during focus group, gaduh 3 puak ini. And then bukan 3 puak ini saja, 3 puak ini ada yang dalam UMNO, ada yang dalam keadilan, ada yang dalam PAS. Gaduh tentang tu juga. so it's very complex when you work in. So anyway, we went there. Tiap-tiap kita buat dah 30 lebih focus group dan kita tumpu pada our target group. So kita buat dengan young people and then all that. So then fasa 4 dan fasa 3 dan fasa 4 I'll show you. Okay. So phase 1 ini census yang kita dapat. Okay. So dengan borang ini kita pergi researcher tulis interview nama mereka, IC number semua. Survey forms phase 1 lah, who we are. And then second phase kita guna program social science called SPSS untuk membuat analysis data tu. So kita dah faham dari umur ni, bahawa umur tu ada kerja tak ada kerja, kita kena faham lah masyarakat tu. And then to understand what they are doing. Fasa 2, focus groups. So kita pecahkan pada 5 komuniti. Okay, children and teenagers 18 tahun bawah, youth 19 to 30 years old, adults, and then senior citizen, and then OKU. So kita buat macam tu lah, tiap-tiap malam ke petang ke, kalau hari minggu petang lah, kalau hari kerja waktu malam. And then we sit lah with children, with adults, asking them apa yang you perlu dalam community ini, apa yang kurang dalam community, apa yang kita boleh buat. Dengan bawah, I think about 10 years old to 15 years old, kita tak guna focus group, kita buat seni. So apa yang kanak-kanak ni buat adalah pergi tunjuk siapa family, and then dari family apa ruang yang kanak-kanak suka and ruang mereka tak suka. Not best and best, tempat best, tempat tak best. So dia tunjuklah, ini tak best, ni banyak penagih dadah ni, tempat ini best, kita selalu main kat sini. So the children suka macam ni, tempat yang apa yang mereka faham tu best dan tak best. So that's what we did lah, untuk memahami apa keperluan kanak-kanak. And then after 4-5 months, kita dengan researcher kita duduk, ini seni saya, all the posters. We look at the major needs of the community, keperluan, okay, mereka. So security, building maintenance, kita tengoklah kawalan ke, penyelenggaraan ke, apa-apa saja. These are the things. So it occurs in all the groups. So kita buat poster panting ini, kita gantung kat community dan kata dalam 2-3 minggu kita akan buat macam pilihan raya. You vote for what you want. Apa yang you nak, you buat. And then phase 3, voting. So kita dah ada sinarai kan, electoral list, I call it the electoral list lah, voter registration. And then sekali dengan penduduk ke sana dengan researcher. So belah kanan tu researcher, belah kiri dua wanita tu local penduduk ke flat. So orang boleh datang register untuk vote apa yang mereka nak. So ini voting lah, exercise. So mereka saya tak bawa hari ni, we made ballot slip. So kita buat macam booklet, voucher book. Dalam booklet tu ada RM500. So tiap-tiap orang ada RM500, satu keping RM100, dan ada 6 peti undi. And then mereka boleh lah, kalau saya suka kebersihan, nak bayar untuk kebersihan, saya letak RM500 terus dalam peti yang itu. Kalau saya suka playground sebagai kanak-kanak, saya boleh masuk. So siapa yang orang yang boleh undi 10 tahun atas. So all children are allowed to vote as well, from 10 years all the way up. So mereka vote. Yang itulah gue tengok, yang ballot. So kenapa ada warna-warna? It depends on also your age. So kita nak dapat statistics. So perempuan dapat satu color, budak dapat satu color. No, depends on what you. So you have all the different color. So lepas kita buat pengundian, kita tahulah apa yang wanita suka, apa yang orang OKU, apa kepentingan untuk orang OKU. So yang OKU tu pun. Yang ni best friend aku kat dia penduduk, nama dia Hussein Cina. Mak dia Cina, bapa dia Melayu. And then dia local gangster lah kat sana. Semua orang takut dia. And then kita ada undi 3 hari. Kerana ada orang yang kerja part time ke, tak boleh datang ke. So tiap-tiap hari lepas mengundi, kita mengira undi. So kita macam real election lah, kita keluarkan semua undi, and then kita ada penduduk dengan researchers, facilitator lah kita panggil. Sekali kira undi, and then we mark, and then we announce the undi for the day. Okay, so ini di Jalan Sungai ya. So hari pertama, hari kedua, hari ketiga, hari undi. So 69.5% came up to vote. So saya takut orang tak nak keluar undi ya. Mereka tak pernah jumpa projek macam ni kan. So nasib baik we have a good turnout. So hampir 70% turnout. So that's actually a very good. If you look at UK elections, 69% is like fantastic already. So yang menang penyelenggaran bangunan. So it's very interesting the voting process because you can see what are people's needs. So for example, like yang tempat ni tak ada. Kat Ampang Jaja, wanita nak mementingkan small businesses. So mereka nak ruang untuk business. And then you can see hari pertama undi ini mereka tahu kan yang mana menang. So then they will lobby. The wanita will talk to the wanita and say, hey, we should vote for businesses. And then the children will fight among each other, try to lobby each other and say, hey, kita kena vote untuk playground. So the whole community becomes sedar tentang apa keperluan tu. So after that one we won, we had briefed the council, yang majlis, and then we got increased budget. So we talk to the council, yang ini budget yang kita kena naikkan. Then we announce it lah, budget untuk penyelenggaraan tu dari tahun 2012 sampai 2013 kita kena naikkan berapa peratus. Apa yang kita perlu untuk penyelenggaraan. Okay, one of the things I argue, took me a long time to argue to the majlis is that masalah dengan PPR, katakan dengan kebersihan, because kita majlis bagi kontrak pada orang luar. So that is the problem, because contractors don't care. They just, yang penting sekali mereka nak dapat dia project money lah, dia from council. So I kata we give the contract back to the penduduk, bagi penduduk bersihkan kawasan sendiri. So we created this, we cleaning supervisor, cleaner 1, 2. Then after that we created the pay scale, apa yang perlu dibayar, and then we employ local orang dari kawasan tu untuk bersihkan komuniti. Dan ini perbezaan di antara kiri kanan, boleh tengok. And then also what is interesting is that saya kata kalau you nak kerja dalam satu community, you must expect it to be not only you sebagai intervention, tapi community tu mesti ada kesedaran yang mereka nak ubah untuk sendiri. Mereka boleh membaiki kehidupan sendiri, bukan you yang membaiki untuk mereka. They feel empowered, or they feel that they can agency and ownership of their own thing. So yang pekerja tu dia pergi tiap-tiap unit kata, because tujuan mereka adalah kemaskan kawasan publik awam, bukan kawasan dalam rumah. Tapi tiap-tiap unit mesti ada sampah. So mereka say, kalau kita nak untung lebih, kita buat stiker. Pergi tiap-tiap unit, tanya mereka, sampah rumah kalau saya buang untuk rumah unit you RM5 satu bulan. So mereka buat stiker dengan chalk tu, dia letak atas pintu. And then they started to earn more. And then sekarang mereka dah jadi the organisation yang organisation has received certification from MOF to be cleaning contractors. So masyarakat dalam penduduk tu sekarang boleh jadi contractor. So for me, you know, this is so much more rewarding than doing art. To be honest. So mereka boleh juga pilih warna macam mana nak cat bangunan. So we also have voting. So people always make decisions for themselves. Inilah dah cat. And then ada bangunan lama kat belakang, so kita minta council bagi kita kembalikan bangunan tu pada masyarakat. And then we voted which of the community organisations will be eligible. So they voted, and then yang menang tu Pote Buddhist Association, Islamic Center, Women Center and Residents Association. So ada 4 bilik untuk masyarakat atau penduduk sana. Okay. So that's how I separate art and politics. It has got nothing to do with art whatsoever. But for me, art is seni itu ada sesuatu yang hidup. So if I can see people believe in it, enjoy and feel that it means something to their lives, it's for me it's better than doing art. So that's why I separate art from this kind of thing.
Okay, I hope that answers your question, Mr. Hoy. Lagi ada apa-apa untuk ditanya? Please. Tak ada, semuanya takut. Tak ada, sebab lagi satu saya nak tanya. Macam mana Hoy Cheong bila you buat satu projek dengan komuniti misalnya kan? Of course, after a while you will become quite engaged with them, with your subject matters kan? Selepas itu adakah anda masih berhubungan ataupun it's just like the touch and go situation? Lepas habis projek, lepas habis display dekat sesuatu binale trinale, lepas tu apa yang tinggal?
Okay, for this participatory budgeting project, I became very close to the penduduk. But also, when you work in a community, again, where do you draw the line? Mana sempadan tu? Because biasalah you tahu majlis, ada hotline, tapi siapa angkat phone hotline? Nobody answers the hotline. So tengah malam lift sangkut. Satu pagi saya dapat panggilan satu pagi. Wong, lift tersangkut dah, macam mana? Kita dah cuba hotline dah. Apa saya boleh buat? Atau orang buang sofa dari atas kat bawah. Recently kat Lembah Pantai kan. Okay, one of the stories about this place is that majlis dah give up because a lot of people die from things falling on their head. So ada satu budak yang mati kerana washing machine dibuang. So biasalah ini dalam and then the other thing is kalau Ramadan bahaya because fireworks semua dari atas, budak-budak. Okay, so it's very dangerous. Tapi sekarang tak ada masalah because the people have taken control. So yang lepas saya stop working for the project, mereka continue minta security dikembalikan pada penduduk. So sekarang penduduk themselves are security guards for the area, and then council will pay them lah, PPR, because it's PPR. So for me, when you work in a community, there are limits because I'm very close friends with them. Masa Raya kan, Ramadan, I still go back and hang out with them. And Puan Morjan, Shaharudin and Hussein Cina lah. These are my 3 good friends there. And I still keep in touch with them. And then masih macam kat UK Folkestone tu, tapi itu projek baru lah. I still keep in touch with Imam on WhatsApp. So you get tied in with the community. But yang penting sekali, the project tu mesti sustainable. Okay, maksudnya apa yang intervention you tu lepas. So actually when you work in community, the tujuan tu is that you can disappear, belah pergilah mati. The community will be able to sustain the ideas tanpa facilitator, tanpa intervener. So for me that is important. So macam Folkestone tu terpulanglah pada jawatan kuasa masjid. If they want to take control of their masjid and expand it, I will be there to help them. We will try to help them raise funds. Tapi mereka kena ambil tanggungjawab tu. So like the penduduk kat PPR, sekarang mereka dah sedar yang kalau kita ambil hak untuk sendiri, kita boleh transform the community. I think for me that is the main thing about community work. Bukan, you don't want a facilitator to stay there for thousands of years. You know, that's not the point.
Cool. So, okeylah, itu satu pencerahan mengenai artis yang nak melibatkan diri dalam projek-projek bersifat social engagement lah, komuniti dan sebagainya. Satu poin yang penting yang kita boleh extract di sini ialah ianya projek tersebut mesti ada daya sustainability ya. Kelima dalam tu maknanya bukanlah setakat sebulan, 2 bulan, 3 bulan. Maknanya kalau boleh dia berterusan. Artis ni menjadi sebagai pencetus ataupun apa yang orang kata sekarang membuat start-up lah di situ ya lah. Kemudian memberi kesedaran kepada komuniti untuk meneruskan lagi apa benda-benda yang dia nak buat tu lah.
So kalau kita banding dengan Istanbul project tu, who gained the most from Istanbul, from the Sulukule project? I yang jadi famous. Project tu, video tu travel from one country to another country and I become famous, and then orang kat Sulukule tu hilang rumah. So we must be very careful with that, you see. Whereas kat PPR ni, I tak famous, tapi mereka jadi control their own community. But I became famous because untuk projek tu, because projek tu menang an international award for participatory budgeting. So and in fact, because of this project, I'm famous because I started participatory budgeting in Malaysia. Dan selama sekarang 2018 this year kita nak mulakan participatory budgeting dalam 12 PBT. Aku yang push. So hopefully it will be successful in Kuala Lumpur, I mean in Selangor. So but not total. 10% of council budget dalam 10% budget PBT kena bagi participatory budgeting untuk tahun ni. So insyaAllah kita successful lah.
Amin. Okay. Right, now we are like 5:30, cukup lah, letih lah, minum-minum lah dulu. So itulah satu benda yang agak penting juga lah. Kalau sebagai seniman ni, kalau kita cakap tentang role seniman, apa yang saya boleh rumuskan ialah artis tu adalah sebagai seorang transformer, facilitator, dan dia tak perlu cuba nak mengubahkan keadaan. Dia cuma mengusulkan atau menyarankan sesuatu, dan kemudian it's up to the community, it's up to the people to change. And then like satu artist as researcher. These are all the notes that I jotted down again from your ni lah yang I jumpa. Artist not as individual. Okay, itu satu 3 benda penting. Artist sebagai researcher, artist not as individual, artist as transformer or facilitator. Okay. Ada lagi, okay.
I just want to show you that at the same time when I'm doing all this politics, I'm still making art. That is benih yang mungkin political, but ultimately it is about beauty. How do I make it black? Nah. Full screen. 2015-16, I was in Russia and in Siberia. And kita tahu kan, I don't know, for me inspirasi tu dari Tom and Jerry. Kalau you tengok, you suka kartun, komik, Tom and Jerry tu selalu Tom masuk lubang, manhole, Jerry ikut. And then dia keluar manhole line, Tom keluar, Jerry masuk. You ingat, have you seen comics like that? Ada kan? So I was very interested, apa tu manhole? Apa dalam lubang tu? I've always been very interested. So in Russia, I decided I want to explore manholes. So I persuaded people to help me buka manhole tu, masuk dalam and then tangkap gambar. So my project was put inside an old KGB building. And all the manholes yang saya pilih tu terlibat dengan military. So military headquarters, military school, military office, tempat-tempat yang saya panggil tempat-tempat yang ada isu politik. Tapi akhirnya kawan saya tengok ni, they say it's very religious work. So I'll just show you. I have 7 works of 7 manholes at all the places of. This one I think is in the governor's office, outside governor's office. This one is in the military officers club. So yang atas dan bawah adalah photograph. Tengah tu wax rubbing. This one is in military headquarters. This one is in the military school, outside the military school, in the field of the military school. Yeah. So it's about heaven and earth, inside and outside. It's about what exists that is not seen, and I wanted it to be poetic, poetry lah, macam puisi. This one is outside Putin's regional residence, the president's regional house. Kena halau dari tempat tu. That's it. So I just want to say that, you know, when I do art, it's art because I'm very interested in aesthetics and beauty. And so this one is all about poetry of heaven and hell, inside and outside. It's got nothing to do. But walaupun manhole yang saya pilih itu is a political site. One more site was at the church yang kalau kita tahu sejarah Rusia, the place where it's called the Church of the Spilled Blood. Maksudnya darah yang titik darah tumpah kat tempat tu, tempat tumpahan darah. And it was where the Romanovs, the last kings of the Tsars, the last king of Russia was executed. So I also did one of the manholes was there. So isu political tapi akhirnya estetik yang penting untuk saya. This is outside where the Romanovs were executed. I think, you know, one of these I can't remember which one. I think this one. So I just want to say, art can be aesthetic and fun. And because I like this, because I want to know what Tom and Jerry did. I want to know what the Three Stooges did, because Three Stooges tu selalu jatuh dalam lubang. Every time they walk and then slip on the banana peel and then jatuh. And then Charlie Chaplin also did that. Charlie Chaplin saw a banana peel, tapi he stepped over the banana peel, tapi tengok perempuan jatuh juga. So I love all these images of falling into manhole, or kalau you tengok apa ni, yang opera tu apa, Les Miserables yang film tu, one scene tu the wedding ring. They were inside the manhole, and then this guy's wedding ring fell, and they had a fight inside there. So all kinds of stories kita tahu dari manhole, dan tujuan saya hanya untuk dapat peluang masuk manhole. That was all I cared about. Then I just picked the political side, but tujuan saya nak tunjuk poetry, what is inside and what is outside. The geolocation. So tajuk ini actually are all GPS location. 34.212 north south ini tajuk working. Okay,
terima kasih banyak Hoy Cheong, dan that wraps up our program today. Harap semua dapat informasi yang bagus untuk reference, dan terima kasih Hoy Cheong kerana sudi berkongsi dengan pihak kami. Lagi apa lagi? Memang tak ada apa-apa lagi ya. Kita over tea lah. Kita ada sediakan sedikit wadah. Ada apa-apa persoalan boleh terus kepada artis. Okay, terima kasih banyak yang datang. Okay.